All right, get this. According to a recent 53-page Hawaiian Supreme Court unanimous decision, the spirit of Aloha trumps your right to keep and bear arms. And this wholesale rejection of individual rights wasn't backed by philosophical or moral reasoning or a deep and profound understanding of the law. It was rooted in a quote about the old days from an HBO TV show. I am not kidding you.
The thing about the old days, they the old days.
Seriously, they used that line in their decision to violate rights. Rod Serling, we don't need you anymore. We'll get back to that later, but in the meantime, why would you feel the need to keep and bear arms in the first place? Maybe it's to protect yourself and your family from people who don't give a damn about the spirit of Aloha. They just want to hurt you and take your stuff. And the Hawaiian Supreme Court is going to make that easier for them to do. Incidentally, the etymological makeup and meaning of the word aloha is derived from alo, meaning presence, and ha, meaning breath or life. So aloha means presence of breath or presence of life. And the preservation of yours and others' breath or life is the very reason good people carry firearms. So the Hawaiian Supreme Court issued this decision formally infringing on island residents' right to keep and bear arms because the black-robed Hawaiian tyrants claimed guns interfere with the spirit of Aloha. The ruling seeks to nullify not only the authority of the Constitution, but also of the Supreme Court's long-standing interpretation of American Second Amendment protections. Now, you know me. There is no such thing as legitimate constitutional or Supreme Court authority. Why? Because no man in this realm has a rightful claim over your life and body. No human is above you, and no human is below you. But here are the Hawaiian justices declaring themselves the highest authority even over the other two false federal authorities that most people view as legitimate. See, the U.S. Supreme Court held in its 2022 New York State Rifle and Pistol Association versus Bruin decision that citizens' constitutional right to keep and bear arms for self-defense requires no demonstration of a special need like New York once required for its unrestricted concealed carry licenses. Before that, the highest court in the land found in its 2008 District of Columbia versus Heller decision that D.C. could not ban handgun possession in the home because, under the Second Amendment, American civilians, not just military personnel, have the right to own firearms and use them for lawful self-defense. But the authoritarians in the Hawaii court rejected both examples of the Supreme Court's jurisprudence when they upheld a conviction for island resident Christopher Wilson, who was charged in 2017 after carrying a loaded gun without a permission slip from the Hawaiian government. The state court claimed that Wilson could not use Bruin to argue his constitutional right to protect himself because he is not a well-regulated militia and he did not apply for a concealed carry weapons permit. And even though the Hawaiian Constitution in Article 1, Section 17 exactly mirrors the Second Amendment, the justice claimed that under the 1968 political interpretation of Hawaii's 1950 Constitution, quote, the historical background of the Second Amendment indicates that the central concern in the right to bear arms was the right of the states to maintain a militia. The court wrote, when the Hawaii Constitution was first ratified, you see, courts throughout the nation's history had always interpreted and applied the Second Amendment with the militia-centric view. That was what everyone thought. Except, no, it wasn't. The Supreme Court has repeatedly ruled that the Second Amendment describes an individual right to possess firearms, not just a military one. Not only that, even if Bruin initiated the permit process, he almost assuredly would not have received approval. Before Bruin, the Hawaiian police chiefs in charge of issuing CCWs only awarded, get this, 6 permits in 21 years. By the way, all you would-be criminals out there, maybe you should know that only about 15% of Hawaiian residents have been issued a firearms permit, while over 66% of Wyoming and Montana residents are armed to the teeth. So if you're a criminal who wants a safe working environment and tropical weather, come to Hawaii, man, where we're into preserving the spirit of Aloha, even if it kills you. And the court didn't just affirm Wilson's conviction, it also used omissions of guiding principles and law and ahistorical sort of fake Warren Burger quotes to make sweeping conclusions about the existence of gun rights based on the island's cultural history before statehood instead of a common understanding of what happens when nations allow themselves to be disarmed for their political leaders. The court wrote, "The spirit of Aloha clashes with a federally mandated lifestyle that lets citizens walk around with deadly weapons during day-to-day activities. The history of the Hawaiian Islands does not include a society where armed people move about the community to possibly combat the deadly aim of others." Translation, they don't want you empowered to defend against the deadly aim of others. And I don't know about your book, but in mine, that is evil. In invoking the whims of the Hawaiian Islands, instead of the principles of individual liberties and the right to repel evil people with a firearm, the court admitted the broader goal of its decision was to disregard both the Supreme Court and the Constitution's sovereignty. The justices claimed the United States Supreme Court disables the state's responsibility to protect public safety, reduce gun violence, and safeguard peaceful public movement. The first line of the Hawaiian court's firearm ruling acknowledges that Article 1, Section 17 of Hawaii's Constitution mirrors the Second Amendment to the United States Constitution, in affirming the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Yet, the justices claim that Hawaii has, quote, no state constitutional right to carry a firearm in public. The Hawaii decision also states conventional interpretive modalities and Hawaii's historical tradition of firearms regulation rule out an individual right to keep and bear arms under the Hawaii Constitution. Now, even if Hawaii's government document did not explicitly affirm its people's right to bear arms as it does, Article 6, Paragraph 2 of the Constitution establishes the federal principles and laws enacted in 1787 as the supreme law of the land. The Aloha bench once again rejected the supremacy of the federal court, which is fine as long as you don't replace it with something more tyrannical like the Hawaiian justices are doing, when it claimed that its twisted interpretation of Hawaii's constitution would supersede any rights outlined by the founding fathers. The decision document says, "We believe that the proper sequence to consider matching constitutional texts is to interpret the Hawaii Constitution before its federal counterpart." Hawaii's rejection wasn't backed by philosophical or moral reasoning or a profound understanding of the law. Rather, it was rooted in a quote about the old days from the HBO television drama series The Wire.
The thing about the old days, they the old days.
The justices wrote, "As the world turns, it makes no sense for contemporary society to pledge allegiance to the founding era's culture, realities, laws, and understanding of the Constitution. The thing about the old days, they the old days." Well, old days or current days, evil people still walk among us, and the great equalizer is still the firearm. Those in the black robes in Hawaii's high court don't care about being justices. They're too busy being corporate activists. The bottom line is a person who wants you disarmed isn't concerned about preserving the spirit of aloha. They're projecting the spirit of despotism, which actually destroys those who have within them the spirit of aloha. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comment section below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know. Don't forget to subscribe to my email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. If you want to support the channel further, feel free to do so. Those links are also in the description. Grab a shirt, become a channel member, but more importantly, know what your rights are and exercise your rights daily. If you don't exercise them, you will lose them. And I get it. Freedom is dangerous. The only thing more dangerous is not having it. I'll see you in the next video.